911.
A surfer was just attacked by a shark at the end of Reservation Road, and it looks pretty serious. I'm up here in the parking lot, and we're looking down on the beach, and we're trying to get the other surfers out of the water.
Are they all out?
No, there's still a couple of guys in there that don't realize the situation.
Okay.
On August 28, 2007, Todd Endress came surfing out here in the Monterey Bay as he did every single day, except on this day, his life would change forever.
It happened right out there, directly. And I came up on the beach like this, and I was right here, and he kneeled on me, and they tied off my leg, and I was bleeding out my arms. I just turned my board around to watch Brian Simpson catch a wave in. He's my buddy and the X-ray technician who saved my life. He was surfing on a wave, and I was watching him, and at the same time, the thing hit me from, you know, coming from the beach and the south, really, really shallow water. It hit me going fast and really hard, and, you know, almost unmistakable what it was. I knew it was happening, but what can you do about it? There's not really anything. It's like trying to fight a car that's moving at you. So, yeah, you know, he hit me first really, really hard, and couldn't fit me into his mouth on the first bite because of the way I was sitting on my board. But that must have thrown me, you know, at least 10 or 15 feet. And by that time I was turned around, and he came after me. And he bit down on my torso, which is like I think about a 40-inch bite. And I was hitting him the whole time with my left fist. I was going for where I thought his eyes would be, but everything was so fast. And then he released me from that and tried to get away, and then he latched onto my leg, and that's pretty much the worst fear. You don't want to lose a limb. So I just continued to fight, but was trying not to yank my leg out of his mouth, and punching him and kicking him with my other leg till finally he released. I don't know what exactly made him release, but at that same time, the dolphins were just going absolutely crazy, and really saved my life. I feel like they were jumping over the top of me and swarming around me, and they really kind of created a wall between me and the shark where he couldn't get back to me. And I feared that, you know, he was coming back right away. I was swimming towards the beach. I was still attached to my board. I didn't know that. I had no feeling in my right leg. I'm regular foot, so my leash was attached to my right leg. And Joe Jansen, bravest guy on earth, paddled towards me as I was swimming in and said, grab your board, while I was yelling, help me. And I looked back, and all I saw was just dolphins and commotion everywhere in the water, and that the water was just bright red. But I was able to grab my board, and I put it underneath me, and like it was an act of God or something. A wave, just a perfect little wave, came right to both of us, and we were able to catch it. I somehow had enough adrenaline or drive to live, or whatever it was, hope, that made me want to really catch that wave and make it in. And once I was into it, it was, you know, the biggest weight off of my shoulders in the world. And I pretty much collapsed face down, coasting in on my board until I hit the shore where my buddies were waiting for me to yank me in and start going to work on me. Thank God Brian Simpson was there, and Wes Williams and Joe Jansen. Otherwise, I wouldn't have survived. I would have died in the water, or if I had made it to the beach somehow, I would have died on the beach for sure. He stopped my bleeding. Amazing, amazing miracles that went into me surviving. So many things that went right that could have gone wrong. So many different things. The fact that the shark didn't put, you know, a half-pound more bite pressure on my torso, that would have punctured my lungs, and that I didn't struggle any more than I did while my leg was in his mouth, because it was his teeth were, you know, 2 millimeters away from cutting my femoral artery, and I would have been done for sure. It seems like there was too many things that came together right for it to be coincidence. So the term I think of it as is miracle. Really, it's I was a Christian before, or now I guess I'm a super Christian. I don't know what you would say about that, but something saved my life, and it was the powers that be saved my life. That's for sure. I had 500 muscle dissolvable stitches and 200 staples, but I think one thing that kept me from having more, or even just dying, was the fact that the dolphins went absolutely nuts after this happened, like they were my best friend. They tried to protect me at the cost of their family members and their babies. There was all kinds of small dolphins around, and they were jumping over my head, swarming around me. I felt like they made a circle around me and were swimming, or at least a half circle where it made a wall between me and the shark after the third time he hit me. But I did end up losing half of my blood, which was major. I received 3 units in the hospital, but they said 6 weeks before I am able to produce the rest of the blood that I lost. So I'm still pretty low energy. Hopefully that's going to come back. They gave me some sort of steroid to help that red blood cell count come back up. And I'll be going in for more blood tests here shortly to see where I'm at.
Most people's greatest fear about swimming in the ocean is to be eaten alive by a great white shark. Todd Endress almost did. His message to you is to never surf alone or swim alone, and always pay attention to the dolphins. The dolphins saved Todd Endress's life.